Hello, YouTube. Thanks so much for joining my station today. I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes with you, hopefully, to give you a bit of encouragement and also know that what I really came on to say was just really talk to you about an experience that I've been through. And my hope is that you can, take from it what you will, what you need, and if nothing else, at least get a different perspective. I had a friend that I found out some things about, and that's what we're going to be talking about. Um, there was once a time that, and it's just story time, right? Um, I found myself uh, developing a close friendship with someone, and during that friendship, I noticed some things. I didn't make much of it. It was kind of like my intuition was kicking in that something wasn't right. And it's funny how intuition works because it's like the sight that you use when you can't really physically see. So, over the course of maybe a year or so, I noticed that, you know, became compounded because I started noticing different attitude changes and switches, and sometimes it was on, sometimes it was off type situation, and all the red flags were there. In hindsight, it's truly 2020. And the reason why I'm telling you the story is because don't ignore certain things that will give you your spiral tinglies, your intuition, kicking in on you, and something ain't right. Don't ignore that, right? So, to make a long story short, I deliberately cut that friend off. Um, I figured out what it was, and it was horrific, to say the least. And you know how you could just see things, and you could just clearly see what it really was. You put this part of the puzzle together and that part of the puzzle together, and then you start to see a picture. And the reason why I say that is because there were certain things that would happen between us as friends, um, that there was some type of a disconnect there each time this certain situation would take place. Like, just say, for instance, say like if you need somebody, they say they're going to come through for you and they don't, or they come through for you late, or it was something similar for that. It's like, um, you're waiting for them to do their part, and they don't, but the opportunity for them to do their part is like right there, but they don't pick up and take and go through with the opportunity, just put it that way. So you start to see these different things, right? And you try to think in the back of your head, okay, what could be the problem? Why is it that way with this person? And it dawned on me. I was watching a movie, and it's the funniest of things. It's like you could be totally disconnected and removed from a whole situation, and you will see little signs, you know, that would give you pause and say, wait, could that have been the reason? Or could, and you're thinking in your head, if you're not right about it, you're not too far wrong about it. Just put it that way. So I'm pretty sure that if I'm not right about how that in, because when you're close with somebody and you find yourself in these situations and they don't work out, um, 9 times out of 10 you're going to want to see some closure to that. It just helps you to move on, learn from the situation, and be better for it, and adjust accordingly if you find yourself in that situation again, or notice the signs early on, that can actually help you overcome obstacles in other situations going forward, right? And this is just one of those situations. So like when you're in your personal world, and this is a personal story, of course, um, you want to make sure that you're noticing things that are noticeable and not ignoring those things that are noticeable when your job is to make notice of them, especially when they're off, when they're like something ain't right type situation, but you're dealing in that situation. So if you're a friendship with someone, and this is how I'm seeing things now. I'm learning how to pay attention to cues, be more in tune with my intuition and not ignore it. Learn how to use it. Learn how to utilize it in a way that benefits both of me and that person, right? So there is an unfortunate reason why I can no longer be friends with that person, and it sucks because that person is a great person, and you don't want to, you know, um, how you say, lead people on, and you're only interested in one thing, and they become interested in something different or something long term. But I'm truly believing that people are really around only for a season, and some people are there for a lifetime, and some people are there, um, you know, for maybe a long time, but not forever. So I'm starting to learn that is so true. At least in my life, there are certain people that are around for a lifetime, are meant to be there for a lifetime, and then there are certain people that are only there for a season to get you through something, and then there are other people that are meant to be for the long haul, but not forever. So I'm starting to believe that this particular friend was there for the long haul. It's just not forever, and there was so much I left out of that because it's very, very personal. But I wanted to share that portion of the story because I'm pretty sure somebody can benefit from it. If you can relate, you can relate. If you can't, it's not nothing for you. It's just only for people that can relate. So, but I will add this to it is so how can I say this? Being careful to set boundaries, clear boundaries, um, is a start. When you're headstrong and you want one certain situation to be the only situation, stand on your ground on that. Don't give in. Don't give up on that. Don't compromise your values, your self worth, your dignity, your pride, your uh, what when you grow, and when you do better. So it's a case of yeah, you have to start to see things for what they are and not what you hope them to be. Jane signing out, love and light, the Oracle.